Would you like to know how to write copy that attracts a thriving audience of enthusiastic customers to your online business? If so, stick around. That's coming right up. Hey there, this is Anthony Metivier from BrandingU.Academy. I'm so excited to have you here, and on this training, I'm going to take you through some great ways that you can use copy to get traction in your business, to increase the amount of leads you're attracting and the number of sales that you're creating through your business. And even if you've just considered creating an online business, you'll want to learn about copywriting. And specifically, I'm going to simplify some game-changing copywriting concepts that you can apply immediately towards marketing your business better. And all I would say as a caveat to all that is that copywriting is not a quick, rich scheme. It's not anything like that. It's a skill for people with real businesses and a burning desire to succeed through the power of words for writing, audio, and video. And keep in mind that writing is the source of all wealth, as it's often said in some tight business circles. And that is an important point because it's the source of all video and audio as well. Writing is what you need in order to do those things well. So if that sounds good to you, hit the thumbs up and let me know in the discussion below what you're doing with your business so we can start a discussion together and learn more about how we can help you in future videos, and get subscribed to this channel. So very, very simple. Thumbs up, get subscribed, and let us know in the discussion below how things are going for you so we can serve you better. And then I just want to start with a very simple question that will help you a great deal if you spend some time answering it. How much time are you spending reading and studying the art, craft, and science of copywriting? And are you aware that those three things are going on at the same time? That it is an art, it is a craft, and it is a science. If not, then you're going to benefit a great deal by thinking about it in through those three lenses of what copywriting can be, right? And the real problem is not only that people don't think of it that way, but they don't practice the easy to follow copywriting systems that make words work. And it's not just for sales, it's for getting likes, it's for getting thumbs up, it's for getting shares, it's for getting people to discuss with you in the comments section, and so forth. How do you do this? Well, you can follow some systems, and I've already been following one, which I'll share with you in a minute exactly how that works. But I'd like to share with you some of the systems that I've learned over the years that I've used, one of which is in play today already, and you probably have heard some of these before. AIDA, for example, or AIDA, attention, interest, desire, action. I just did a quick Google search to see what other variations there might be, and I came across 6+1: context, attention, desire, lack, solution, and action. And very, very interesting, right? To think about that differently. One of my favorites is Pastor from Ray Edwards, and I'll leave it to him to teach that. I got a link down in the description below over to his YouTube channel, but that one has been very, very useful for me to follow. Not following it today in this video, but it is a really, really important one, and you really owe it to yourself to know who Ray Edwards is if you don't already. And ultimately, my favorite of all is the hero's journey. And you can do simple versions, you can do more advanced versions. I'd like to share a little bit of the advanced version with you today. And there's lots of models. Hometown Hero does good. Us versus Them. Frank Kern talks a lot about that. I don't know the extent to which he still does, but back in the Mass Control days and Mass Control 2.0 days, these were really, really great tools that he shared, and they're very, very powerful. So you really can just learn these systems, then sit back and follow them, and you'll create lots and lots of copy. Of course, you need a business so that your copy can become the money machine that consistently makes you thousands of dollars a day, like clockwork, as people are hitting the messages that you make, whether it's video, audio, or written sales letters. You have to have high quality products that actually help people. And I'll share more about why that's so important in a minute. And obviously no sleaze, no dishonesty. The internet is getting more and more transparent, and it's just not going to fly. So make sure that you have these things, and you can tell the story of the sleaze and the dishonesty out there, because what is that? That's us versus them, right? We're the business that actually tightens all the bolts and makes sure everything is working tickety-boo and so forth. And the competition, well, look at all the what on their knees. That's a style that you can adopt. And obviously you want to have your own voice, you want to have your own perspective, you want to have your own data if you've got it. and you want to make sure that you're legal and whatever you're saying, but you can use generalities. And Russell Brunson's a really good voice in there, and if you know how he introduces his podcast and other marketing materials, he's often pointing to this sort of us versus them model, where he's talking about how that these are businesses he helps that don't have angel investing funding and all that sort of stuff, and aren't people with seed grants or whatever. You got to hear it. It's a really brilliant way that he does it, and very powerful for getting what your attention, your interest, your desire for the kind of business that he runs, and then taking action towards getting that. So it's really, really important. Now, I mentioned that my favorite is story, and there's some really neat things you can do to understand the structures underlying story. So there's ghost, there's driving ambition, unconscious need, dilemma, decision and action, the allies, maybe a trip to the end of the world, a battle, and then a resolution. And certainly there's more little whiz-bang things that you could do there. But, in terms of getting you into this particular video, I only fell upon the IDA model. So I tried to create interest by saying, or attention by saying, hey, would you like to know how to write copy that attracts a thriving audience of enthusiastic customers to your online business? And then maybe I created a little bit of interest in that, and after I got your attention, and then maybe I just introduced myself with some material here, went by pretty quickly, strategically, to create some curiosity, and then some more curiosity and interest and more attention with this slide. And then I asked for some action, right? So attention, ideally some more interest. We had our little logo there going on to, show the slick production that we've got in our videos, and more interest and curiosity perhaps, and then more and more and more. And then I said, hey, hit that thumbs up, get subscribed to this channel, and leave a comment. So that's the request for action: attention, interest, desire, action. But what I didn't do is go into my story here. I just sort of breezed over it about having a PhD, an MA, a BA, and so forth, and let it create an impression, some sort of image-based marketing, right? But if I wanted to tell the story, I would tell you, I didn't always have a business called Branding You Academy with my partner Jonathan Levi. Who I was before, I was this underpaid, overworked, stressed out dude struggling to get my hard-won knowledge onto the internet and make a decent living. And it was really, really painful because I had, so many accolades and laurels to rest upon. I should have been easily able to get a university job. And, to this day, I am still wishing and thinking and longing for an academic position. And it drives me to create these businesses that are essentially like online universities, right? Because that's my ghost. Right? And I'm haunted by that to this day, and I tell that story often. And my driving ambition is right there, to build these online universities. Now, I won't get into the unconscious need and how I use it in the story, but if I were to get into the dilemma, I would tell you the story about how that I was missing a tooth. I needed 10 grand. I was, just trying to figure out all these businesses. I needed to learn about copywriting, and I needed to figure it out fast so that I could get an implant and stop this horrible pain that was happening because of this tooth that had needed to be removed. And I had this driving ambition to get that solved. And I also had the driving ambition of, I was on the verge of homelessness. All these books that you see here, I had in boxes, and on the box, the collection of boxes, I had a mattress that I was sleeping on, and I was basically house sitting, and that's all I had. And I had no idea how to start a business. I had nothing whatsoever going for me in that realm. I was a PhD scholar who couldn't do anything better than criticize capitalism at the time, and now it's very, very different. And this was very, very troubling, and I didn't know what to do. So I had to figure it out. And so that's like part of the dilemma, right? And the decision is that when I discovered copywriting, I was devoted to making sure I became a master of copywriting. And in order to make that happen, I needed to study it, right? Spend time on it. And so I took action again and again and again. And if we were to skip further, I could tell you a little bit about allies that I've gathered. And one of them is my business partner on Branding You Academy. So Jonathan Levi, he is a very rare friend because he's technically a competitor, but he's not only become a great co-supporter of the memory training that I do in my core business, Magnetic Memory Method, but we were able to promote each other And now we've started brandingyou.academy together. And it's very, very exciting how that works. But this is an example of the ally. And if I went deeper into that story, I would speak about how that Jonathan ultimately helped me survive some trips to the underworld, right? This mythical kind of structure that happens to us in real life. We always have these dark, dark passages, and we need our allies to get through them. And, we're always proceeding towards some kind of battle, and then it's going to resolve and create some sort of new order where then we just start it all over again. We have a ghost to confront, a driving ambition, and so forth. And this works in Hollywood, but it also works in your copywriting. And this is above all the finest copywriting skill that you can develop, is being able to tell stories. And what I would suggest to you is that ultimately you need to spend time writing copy, studying copy, and hanging out with other great copywriters and people who work with the best. And what's happening right now is, thanks to Jonathan and the allies that he's created and the investments that he's made in his own business, he has been able to get a $10,000 ticket to hang out with the world's top entrepreneurs. So if you dream of starting your own business on the internet to achieve financial freedom and empower tens of thousands of people, and find yourself in the company of other great entrepreneurs like Ray Kurzweil, Peter Diamandis, Joe Polish, Dean Graziosi, and I mentioned him already, Russell Brunson, and you never know who else that I mentioned today might be showing up. Can't make any promises, but that day could be today. So I'd love for you to go to brandingyou.com/win to check out a contest that we're holding, because you can win that ticket, and we would love for you to be the one who does, and you'll be there with Jonathan Levi to really have the finest masterminding on your business that you can imagine. So imagine being able to meet Joe Polish and all of the people that he collects together to meet for Genius Network. And all you have to do to win is go to our contest page now at brandingyou.academy/win, read the page, watch the video, create a user account, dive into the course. We got worksheets about all the different kinds of models for copywriting, including a more detailed process for crafting your story based on these structural principles that I mentioned today, the story that will drive your business and attract people to you. Make sure you get that syllabus. Join us in the Branding You forum, introduce yourself, and you'll automatically receive notices when we hold Facebook Lives for our community. And as soon as you join, you're going to get the Priority Star worksheet, and it's going to really, really help you craft a powerful, powerful business. And it is a gift that comes with the course, a mega, mega bonus that enables you to craft out what your brand is all about and help you figure out where you need to start first in order to experience the biggest growth the fastest. So that is a courtesy gift for joining, a special bonus on top of all the other things and the chance to win. So thank you very much for watching this video. This has been Anthony Metivier from brandingyou.academy. Go to brandingyou.academy/win now. There's a very special video there for you and all the terms and conditions of the current contest. Until we have a chance to speak again, keep building your online empire, and we'll talk very, very soon.